Good day and welcome to another edition of Sportwrap with Ashwin Berry on a Thursday. What a week it has been. Champions League action. We're talking 10 goals just on Tuesday. Yesterday, 2-1 Atletico Madrid against Dortmund, and then another crack-off again, Barcelona getting the best of PSG. It's been an incredible week. In fact, tonight, Europa League continues. It is Atalanta versus Liverpool, so the action continues at least on the international space. Before we go too far, let's start with the hit list. Now, for the first time in 2 years, the two coastal rugby clubs, Simonis Storm Dolphin and FNB Kudus, will take each other on in a derby. This is actually the first time in years. Dolphin made a welcome return to the Namibian Rugby Union Premier League this year. Although the team lost their first 3 games, any match with Kudus is an experience not to be missed. Now, Dolphin chairman Rowan Bessa said the Soccermont club is ready for their home match on Saturday against the high-flying Walvish Bay visitors. You gotta be ready. Now to boxing. MTC Nesta Sunshine Tobias Promotions Independence Boxing event slated for 27 April at the Ramatex complex in Oshomise has been boosted by the announcement of additional high-profile fighters on the card. The event, headlined by super bantamweights Philippas Energy Ngitumbwa and Dekang Wang of China facing off in a WBO international title fight, already promises to provide fierce boxing, while the names of Jeremiah Nakatila and Mateus Hayter were added to the already stacked undercard. Excited for that one now. Oliver Durand and Jessica Humphrey were the individual stars of the show at last weekend's Back Windhoek National Long Course Swimming Championships presented by the Namibian Aquatic Sports Federation, and this was at the Olympia Municipal Pool. The pair were named Senior Victor and Vitrix Ludorium shortly after their return from recently representing the country at the FINA World Championships in Qatar, followed by the African Games in Ghana, where Humphrey won a bronze medal in the 200 backstroke, while 16-year-old Durant left his mark by improving 4 national age group records for boys 15 to 16. It was Humphrey who delivered the top 2 individual performances of the 4-day championship. Now, 13-year-old Rodney Ferris of Aqua Swimming Club took the Junior Victor Ludorium Trophy, while Sandra Schnebel, who's 12 and of Dolphin, was awarded the Junior Vitrix Ludorium Prize. We're going to take a breather. You can tell I need work. See you after the break. Come on. Now, Oshakati recently played host to the highly anticipated annual Oshakati Secondary School Sport Tournament 2024, a thrilling showcase of athleticism and sportsmanship. Spread across 4 iconic venues, including the Oshakati Independent Stadium, Mbandu Stadium, UNAM Soccer Field, and Oshakati Soccer Field, the tournament brought together students from various schools to compete in a diverse range of sporting disciplines. From football to netball, volleyball to basketball, the tournament provided an exhilarating platform for young athletes to showcase their talents and passion for sports. Among the participating schools, Gabriel Tapopi Secondary School emerged as the standout performers, dominating multiple sport codes and leaving their mark on the competition. We're going to take a short break before we return with Brian Munango and Javon with Zoom In.
Get real value for your money at Vurman Brock. Buy 2 kg Real Good chicken portions for $89.99. 2-liter Fanta Assorted for just $17.99. 1-liter fruit tree juice for $18.99. 1 kg Reef 2-in-1 washing powder for $38.99. And 2-liter WB Deluxe Bubble Bath for $33.99. See all our specials online at www.vurmanbrock.com. We care.
So before Ari closes the show with Globe Trotting, we're going to check out Javon and Brian Monango as they go through their predictions. Heads up, Javon has been having a rough couple of weeks, and it is attached to his otherwise consistent disdain of Arsenal. See, in the last English Premier League games, the 2 games that Arsenal played, Javon said Arsenal would lose by 4-0. Twice against Manchester City, they were 0-0, even though Arsenal won the other 2 encounters. And against Brighton, Arsenal won 3-0. So I'm wondering where Javon is mentally when it comes to Arsenal versus Aston Villa, and more importantly, his very own club, Manchester United. Here's Brian Monango and Javon.
Well, good day, viewers, and welcome back to another banger episode where I'm joined by Javon Wilson as we try and give you guys the best tips, as we try to give you guys the best advice on how to maneuver yourselves through the Premier League as we are almost at the end of the season. How are you doing, brother, man?
Yeah, I'm pretty well. A lot of football. In the Champions League quarters, I think it was match day 1 was obviously outstanding.
Yeah.
A lot of goals there, quality goals for that matter. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the weekend as well. I mean, Liverpool dropping points against United makes it interesting now for the run in.
I think we are a team that has now defined that Liverpool always struggle to play against us. But for me, I think this is my favorite time of the season where it's Monday night football, it's Tuesday Champions League, Wednesday's Champions League, Thursday's Conference League, Friday we're back in the league again.
Europa as well, yeah.
So let's dive into it. Let's start off with the Champions League. So what did you make of the quarterfinals first leg of the Champions League, seeing the games on Tuesday and Wednesday?
Well, firstly, lots of goals. As you can see there, both teams to score, which is always a good bet to have on JSBSports.bet. Yeah, quality goals, as I said, especially in the Real Madrid and City match. I watched that. I was of my keen interest. I think there was a keen interest for the football world as well.
Yeah.
Arsenal came back there to manage a draw. It's going to be interesting at the Allianz. And yeah, a couple of interesting results there with Barca getting the away win at PSG. And Atletico, they were solid until they conceded against Dortmund. I personally, I have to, if it's written in the stars, I'll go with Atletico to win the Champions League. 10-1 odds. Barcelona probably second, but the thing is Barcelona will probably meet Atletico in the semis.
In the semis.
So only one of those can be in the final, which is the same for the other result.
Okay, well, looking at last night's result, I mean, we saw PSG coming back, scoring a goal there, going in the lead, and then just losing towards the end. Big performance by Rafinha there. So looking at the games, looking at the teams that we do see, who do you think is making it through to the next round? Looking at Tuesday's games, we have Man City who played Real Madrid, and then we have Bayern Munich now who played Arsenal. Both teams were very, very tight. But if you have to look at those 2 games on Tuesday, who do you think is coming through on top?
Tuesday night's games. Look, that's very difficult to predict. You see, they're going to the Etihad, but Real Madrid remain Madrid.
Yeah.
You know, they're the connoisseurs of Champions League football. Yeah, I would go with Real Madrid, and in the other fixture, I would go with Bayern as well. So Bayern probably meeting Real Madrid in the semis. In the other fixture, I'll go with Atletico and Barca. You know, Atletico are going to go to Germany, and they're going to park the bus at the Iduna. We all know Diego Simeone. In Barca, obviously at the Camp Nou, it's going to be difficult for PSG.
Are you ruling out the defending champions? Or like there's no mention.
I said it in last week's show. I don't think the hunger is there anymore. I think Real Madrid will always have that resilience to win
the Champions League.
It's their Champions League. It's their tournament up until it changes next season with a new format. So I could see Real Madrid getting the win in Manchester next week.
This is now like moving off topic. Would you think, if you had to choose, we were having this conversation yesterday, since Mbappe has agreed personal terms with Real Madrid, and it's clear every day that he might be moving to Real Madrid, do you think if you had to choose between Mbappe and Vinicius to play for Manchester United, who would you go for?
That's a very good question. Thank you for that. Put me on the spot there. You look, Vinny's Brazilian. You know, he has that natural ball talent, flair. Mbappe, you could argue, is African, not African. There's all debate around that. I would go with Vinny.
You'll go with Vinny?
Yeah, I think Vinny's a bit more versatile. I think sometimes Mbappe does shy away or disappears in the big matches.
Yeah, because there are talks that since Mbappe is moving to Madrid and he does play on the left wing, Madrid might have to let Vinicius go, which I don't think they would,
Yeah,
because
I don't think that,
also racism is one thing that he's facing a lot in Spain. So just a food for thought. Vinny at
Yeah,
Manchester
well,
United.
hopeful, man. Don't get our hopes up too much,
good.
but yeah, that would be
That would
great
be
for
very
us.
nice. Okay, so tonight, before we do move on to the Premier League, we're first putting that on hold. We do have the Conference League action tonight, and then we have the Europa League as well.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
looking at the Conference League's games tonight, what are your thoughts on this quick games?
Yeah, quickly, obviously, we have to touch on the Premier League Premier League game, Premier League team, Aston Villa. I think they're doing outstanding. We discussed it a couple of times this season, them being at home, but Lille are a tough side.
Yeah.
You know, they're not an easy game. Victoria Pilsen, Fiorentina, if I have to advise any punter out there, I would go with both teams to score. So it's a good bet. Club Brugge as well at home, tough game. Olympiacos against Fenerbahce. Fenerbahce, a lot of things going on in Turkey at the moment, you know, with the football, and I'm sure you've seen that. So yeah, I think it's tough fixtures. I would always go with both teams to score or the double chance for the home teams.
Double chance for the home teams. I think I'm going to go both teams to score for all the 4 games. I think Villa probably a straight win, but Club Brugge and POK, I'm going to go for both teams with the Fiorentina game, and then
Nice
Fenerbahce.
early kickoffs as well.
Yeah, nice and early kickoffs as well. Moving over to the Europa League that we also do have, there I think we do have more interesting games to look forward to, because this ones, I can say, really excite me. Looking at Milan taking on Roma, that's a Serie A derby. Looking at Liverpool, who play Atalanta, a free scoring team. They do score a lot in the Serie A. And then Bayer Leverkusen, the best team in form right now, haven't lost a game this season, take on Premier League West Ham. And then we do have Benfica, who have not given up yet, but I'm sure they know that the title is with Sporting Lisbon. So this is probably another chance for them to get some hands on silverware. They take on Marseille, who have dipped in form as Aubameyang is missing in action. But yeah, what are your thoughts on this?
Look, it'll be good to see a Leverkusen final. I think for the neutral. Liverpool, I think they'll be too strong for Atalanta. Yeah, I think they're going to play. Klopp wants another trophy. Milan, Roma. I think Roma have turned a new page after Mourinho left. Yeah. Surprisingly, I think Dybala has also come
to the party.
He has come to the party. Yeah. Leverkusen, as you said, Brian, best team in Europe. You could arguably say that the best team in Europe. Haven't lost the season. Up against West Ham, it's going to be tough for them.
I want to see them against the Premier League team.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game.
A lot of teams, but we haven't seen them against the Premier League side. So having them take on that side that has like the likes of Bowen, Kudus, Paqueta, it's going to be a very, very interesting one.
And obviously Benfica, you know the stadium there, it's very difficult for any side, any European side to go there. So it's going to be a tough match for Marseille.
Okay, well that's all that we do have for you for the action of Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. Now we move over to futsal. So before we do touch on the Premier League, we do have futsal action tomorrow as the Namibian futsal team that's sponsored by JSB, known as the Brave Fives, travel to the AFCON futsal tournament that starts on Friday. What are your thoughts on this team that we do have lined up? I mean, the likes of Ken Salote, we see the Luis Solonga, we did have on one of our shows, and Donald Modise is part of the team. So yeah, what do you think of the team that's taking to the field on Friday?
Look, first and foremost, I have to give a shout out to the coaches there. They're doing an outstanding job with the players. I went to go see them when they did the squad announcement just a couple of days before they left. So the team looked that they're in good shape physically and also mentally. I spoke to a couple of the lads there. And there's a player, I think, Silas Matthews, that joined. He wasn't part of the qualifying group. And there's a lot of talk about him. So I'm looking forward to see what he can produce on the field. And we wish the boys nothing but the best. We're going to back them. They have a full commitment. So we wish them nothing but the best, and hopefully they can come out with at least third spot, which will then automatically qualify us for the Futsal World Cup.
Which is a huge honor and huge trophy. I mean, it's our first time only that we do take part in a competition like this after futsal not being around Namibia for a long time. So we will be looking forward to that game there. Also, another mention, looking at the COSAFA coaches nominees, I mean, another prestigious award nomination for Namibia after Lloyd Kadhapa was nominated for goalkeeper. We do have the nominees for the men coach of the year. We do, as you do see, that Namibia is first with Colin Benjamin, and then we do have Rulai Mokwena from South Africa. I think he's the coach for Sundowns as well. And then we
one of the coaches
for Sundowns, and then we do have Morena Ramoreboli. Yeah, what do you think on the nomination for Colin Benjamin? Well deserved.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, creating history. The first coach that has taken us beyond the group stages. Firstly, the first coach that has given us a win at AFCON, and then taking us beyond the group stages. So that's history that was created. So I think that stands out for me. I think Colin deserves it. I think the Brave Warriors did outstanding. I think the nation knows that.
Yeah.
With onwards and upwards, we need to build from there. That's our foundation now. And yeah, I wish them nothing but the best, and hopefully you can get the award and bring it home.
Same. I think Colin Benjamin, if you're watching, a huge congratulations to you just for getting nominated. I mean, it's a prestigious, huge event. So yeah, congratulations to you for getting that nomination, and well deserved. So as we move on to our next topic of discussions, that's what you guys have been waiting for. That's the Premier League as we get ready for another round of thrilling action. I think this might probably be one of the hardest fixtures I've seen on paper, because I'm really confused and disputed. But before we do move to that, let's take a look at Javon's results for this one. Javon, I don't have mine, but we'll get to mine some other time. But yeah, let's run through your results. I mean, a few results there. We got one exact and a few results. So yeah, what are your thoughts on?
Yeah, obviously the exact and the close really saved me a bit there. I got 4 wrong. Yeah. I mean, when we start at the top, obviously City, we know City. I didn't expect them to have such a tough match against Palace, but they usually do. History proves that. I thought
Villa fumbled a bit.
Yeah, they did. But it was a tough match. If you watch the game, it was Brentford are a good side, eh? Everton, went with a close there. Everton are really doing well. So they got another 2-point deduction this week. So they're going to be a wounded animal once again this weekend. Newcastle got the exact that was quite inevitable, I would say, and then Luton getting the win against Bournemouth.
Wow,
yeah, they're doing pretty well now towards the end of the season. West Ham, I went with a high scoring West Ham there, just 2-1, tight game. Wolves are a good side as well. Obviously, the fixture that I predicted, where Brighton, the upset did not come. Arsenal comfortable once again. Looking like they could possibly win it. I think they're the one team that deserves to win the Premier League, and hopefully they can do it instead of City and Liverpool. United, Liverpool, what a match.
Wonderful game.
I think we all enjoyed that.
Kobe Mainoo.
I think we deserved to win. Kobe Mainoo, I think there wasn't a penalty.
That penalty was false.
Debatable, I mean, VAR didn't intervene there. It's quite surprising, but it's being in England, it's actually not. So then Chelsea once again fumbling there again. I mean, they were in the lead and then they let go of the lead. And then, Spurs got the close. I think Spurs at home also, they're doing very well under the new coach Poch.
Comfortable win. Okay, well, let's run over to this weekend's games. We do have your picks. So just run us through your picks. Just tell us, what were your thoughts running through these features of that we do have for the weekend?
Let me jog through that quick. Obviously, I think Newcastle are inconsistent this season there. They have found form now recently with Alexander Isak. But I think Spurs can get the result there.
Okay.
Quick, all right. Sheffield, I think Sheffield can get the away winner. Sheffield are also one of those wounded animals. Teams at the bottom, difficult to play towards the end of the season because they have nothing to lose. So they throw everything but the kitchen sink. Burnley, Brighton, I think I'll go with a draw there. I think it's a tough match. Brighton, considering how they lost against Arsenal, not the same Brighton that we know. City at home, I think City comfortable against Luton, 4-0.
Proper thrashing.
Yeah, I would go with a 4-0 there. I think they're a good goal scoring side. And Wolves, I like Wolves. I think Wolves can get the win against Forest. I think Wolves are better than what the results predict.
Okay, I agree with that.
Yeah, United, I don't know if I'm being biased because I support them, but we need the 3 points. I think United they're in good form. I think they're getting positive results. Haven't lost to Liverpool this season, played them 3 times and knocked them out the FA Cup. So I think United can get the 3 points there. Liverpool at home against Palace.
Comfortable win.
Yeah, I would go with Liverpool because they're fighting obviously for the league title.
The league itself,
West Ham at home. I think Bayern Leverkusen could upset them, could beat them this evening, and I think that they will bounce back against Fulham. And I'll go with a 1-0. It's going to be a tight match against Aston Villa.
Yeah,
that's not easy. Former coach of Arsenal, Unai Emery. And as I said, Everton fighting for points, got another point deduction. I don't think Chelsea can beat them. I think it'll be a tight game. I'll go with a 1-0.
Yeah, no, I think I'm going to agree with you with the last one. I didn't pick the last game, but let's take a look at mine. Mine are very different from your picks, I should say. So I'm going to go Newcastle beat Tottenham just because Newcastle at home. Tottenham have been very inconsistent for me, so I don't see how Tottenham win this game, but both teams to score tip is definitely one that I'm going to give. Brentford and Sheffield. Brentford haven't won a game in a very long time, and I think Sheffield, might just be the game where they bounce back. Brighton, I think they're going to bounce back against Burnley after the loss to Arsenal. City, I'm going to go one less. I'm going to say 3-0 because Notts always put up a fight. Wolves, Nottingham Forest at home, I think a very tough team to beat. So I'm going to go with Notts to get the best of Wolves. Bournemouth, I'm going to go almost the same as your prediction. I'm going to go 3-1 because we do tend to leak goals sometimes.
That's true.
So I'm going to say 3-1 for United. Liverpool, I'm going to agree with you 100%, 2-0 there. West Ham, I think we're on the same page, 2-1 for them to win. The Arsenal, I think, win the game, but I do not see how Villa do not score since Ollie Watkins is the second top goal scorer in the Premier League. I think a goal behind Haaland, so he's a force to be reckoned with. And then Chelsea against Everton, I think Chelsea should have enough, although they are a very inconsistent team. I'm not going to bank my money on them. Should have enough to beat Everton 1-0. Those are my prediction for this week. So looking at the games that we do have on screen, Javon, give us your 3 picks as your suggested bets for the weekend.
Look, bear in mind they Arsenal have the best defense record in the league.
Okay, that too. Yeah.
So obviously banker, I'll go with the banker Arsenal.
Okay.
Banker City. That's an easy fixture. There's not much odds there. I have to give value. I have to give value to the punters. I'll go with the upset there with Sheffield beating Brentford.
Sheffield beating Brentford. Okay, I'm gonna go Newcastle and Spurs, both teams to score. I'm gonna stay away from the result market, and then we're gonna do City handicap 1-5. I'm gonna add in Liverpool to just say Liverpool win, and just for value as well. United to beat Bournemouth and the game to have more than 2 goals. That's my prediction for that one. But before we do leave, Javon, let's do it a bit differently. Let's take a look at the video of the best goal scored last weekend, and then you give us your best goal and as to reason why.
Brilliant.
And I'll do the same, so stay tuned for that clip.
Now Bruno Fernandes spotting Kelleher off his low. Manchester United needed something. Brilliant. That's why they won 3 successive league titles. Oh, lovely turn. Morgan Rogers. It's a great what a goal! Tavernier! Van der Ven does. Oh, has he hit it?
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, and starting off with tennis news first. It's the Monte Carlo Masters that continues, still week 1, a round of 32 games played in Monte Carlo, and it's a clay season that started leading up to the Roland Garros that will start in May. And news from the tournament, it's a thousands tournament, so all the top players in the world play. It is number 2 in the world, Yannick Sinner. He had a comfortable win against Sebastian Korda of United States, and the score there was 6-1 and 6-2. He reaffirmed that he's one of the favorites in the tournament. And also news from the number 6 seed, Andrei Rublev of Russia. He's out of the tournament, the first top 10 seed player to be out. He lost to Alexei Popyrin. He's also from Russia. The score there 6-4 and 6-4. Number 10 seed, Herbert Hukratz, he safely through. He beat a clay court specialist in Roberto Agu, and he beat him 7-5, 7-6, a tough 2-setter for him. And also in the last 16 winning rounds in the round 32 is Stefanos Tsitsipas, he's number 12 seed, and also the number 7 seed, Holger Rune, he's also through, and then number 8 seed, Casper Ruud, also safely through to the round of 16. Continuing international sports news with soccer news, football news, it's a Champions League that continued its quarterfinals that's been played, and a very good game for Barcelona. They had a away game in Paris against Paris Saint-Germain, and it was a 3-2 win for Barcelona in the away game, and it was a good performance by Rapinha. He's the winger from Brazil that plays for Barcelona. He scored twice in the 37th minute and also in the 62nd minute of the game. Not a good game for Kylian Mbappe. He's the star player for PSG, and he failed to impress in the game. And there's also another game that was played. It was Atletico Madrid. They won at home. They beat Borussia Dortmund in that game by 2-1. And the both second leg games of these games I just talked about will be played next week, Tuesday, the 16th. And to close off today's international sports news, it is golf news from the Masters, the first major on the men's calendar that will start on Thursday. And the news from the organisers is that there's a possible weather delay in round one. And it is because there's expected thunderstorms and also heavy rain and gusts of up to 70 kilometers an hour. The scheduled start for the tournament will be 8 a.m. That is local time at Augusta, and that will be 2 p.m. in Namibian time. And that is when Gary Player, Jack Nicklaus, and also Tom Watson, they are the honorary opening of just tee shots the hit off the first tee. During the 2023 tournament last year, in the second round, there were also disruptions, and it was also thunderstorm and strong winds then. The organisers are quite concerned about the safety of the players and also the spectators. There will be 3 South Africans playing in the tournament. It's Charles Schwartzel that's playing in the tournament because he's a previous winner. Then also Eric van Rooyen because he's in the top 50 on the world rankings. And the top leading amateur last year in the world, Christo Lamprecht, he's from South Africa. And he will play in the same 3-ball as Charles Schwartzel. That's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day, and we'll talk international sport again tomorrow. Goodbye.